We unlocked the research for our mechanics hut last time, so I think to begin with, let's set up some scaffolding to get up to the build, and then actually come in and construct it. This is a jungle-themed mechanics hut that we're going to construct here, which is going to be interesting because it is going to be built on top of some sand. But we will allow our builders to pick up the work order for that and then get that building up and constructed for us. Riley, as we can see, is currently working on the deconstruction of a floating guards tower here, and in fact has just finished it. Not quite, pal, but I suppose that will need to do. I know that Koa is still hard at work here with our warped themed courier's hut, and this is going to take a little while longer with him digging it all out. Ellison is over across the way here constructing another floating guards tower, which is just to push back the boundary a bit so we can then get our crusher build up and constructed. Jalia doesn't seem to have a work order at the moment, and I'm a bit surprised that she hasn't picked up the blacksmith order. I may manually get her to do that. And finally then, Mariah is working on our Fletcher's hut and is constructing that to tier 1. So, busy right from the get-go. The homeless situation is getting gradually worse here. We definitely have a lot of citizens without a house at the moment, so we will definitely need to do something about that a lot sooner than later here. We do have a few more houses just across the way, which I was literally about to sign Riley a job order for that, but she's picked up the composter's hut upgrade to tier 3. Well, regardless, I will just set these for construction just now, and maybe Mariah or Ellison will pick up an order for them once they're done with their current builds. I think realistically, alongside building these new houses, we should really start upgrading our other houses to tier 2 and tier 3 as well, just for some more extra beds. We will come on to that. We certainly have enough to be getting on with here at the moment at least. Right, Jalia, let's see what you're going to require in order to get this mechanics hut up. It's an interesting build so far. A lot of jungle items, of course, quite a lot of vines that go towards it, and just some wheat extra shingles. There is also quite a lot of dirt that is going to be involved here as well, which I'm wondering if we are then going to replace the sand underneath with the dirt instead. I may be about to make a big mistake here, but I will help you kind of clear some of this away, especially as we will require some sand anyway for Lorena and her mine. Plus, it's no real difficulty now for me to come around and help. Sometimes. Or maybe I will just end up making an arse of this as per usual here. I really should learn to stop trying to help. So the way that I've designed the placement here of the mechanics hut is that it should be level with this layer of sand here. So I believe that digging down just the one layer of sand will maybe allow Jalia then to place down a whole layer of dirt on top, seeing as that's the block that she's going to request a lot of. So then for the moment, it's just a simple case of filling out this whole bottom layer here with sand. Hopefully that is the idea that she's going to work along with here, and I'm not again just wasting my time. Well, we will see. We are now once again digging down yet another layer here, which I will not help with because lessons have already been learned. Okay, Jalia, I think I will just let you get on with this before I do make more of a bloody mess of things. Mariah, same story here really. Hello, Riley. You're supposed to be working on the composter at the moment. why are you all the way out here in the industry district? You should be long gone and over in the cave system inside the agricultural district. Your composter's hut is fairly complex actually. I can already see a lot of items that you're going to require for it that I will need to teach some other builds. Brown concrete powder reminds me that one of the builds that I have forgotten to place down is a concrete mixer's hut. I can quickly go make up a concrete mixer block and then we can choose a style for it. The concrete mixer's hut is fairly simple to make using planks and white concrete powder, and because of all of the sand, getting the materials required to make the concrete powder will not be any form of difficult. That was some tremendous English on my part there, but there's the concrete mixer's hut. Right, let's quickly go choose it a style. And the randomizer has dictated that it will be made of acacia. Which this is what the acacia concrete mixer's hut at tier 5 then looks like. A pretty normal build and a pretty small one, which is grand. That build will work pretty much in harmony with the crusher's hut, so maybe once we get the crusher's hut up and established, we can maybe place that somewhere close by to it. We will deal with the placement of that at another point. For now though, I did see that we have some requests here for Riley. Brown concrete powder, I will make up for them until we do get the concrete mixer up. Composted dirt and a compost barrel. I will need to teach some recipes to make those. The compost barrel should be a fairly simple recipe that we can teach to the sawmill. And the composted dirt should be a recipe that we can teach to our farmers here. Which, yes we can. Brilliant. Let's go over and teach the other farmer it as well. And just as I was about to say that's everything then off of the request system, Mariah is once again requesting in some dead bushes alongside some other materials here. Well, we will head back over to the industry district to teach some more recipes in a second. For now though, let's head into the cave system and see how we're getting on with the composter's hut. Although very quickly, hello crew, our new rabbit hutch herder. You have to walk an awful long way, that's absolutely dreadful son. Do you need anything else here? Do you even have rabbits actually? No, he doesn't have rabbits, but he is going to breed them and feed them whenever he does get them in. Right, I will head to the desert and bring you back some rabbits at another point. Let's go check out the composter. Oh, and I will need to bring back some pigs. Oh, there's one up there actually, that might be very simple. Right, Piggy, in you go then. You are soon going to be looked after. There's always something to do here within this colony. Always bloody something that I've managed to forget about. Right, in you come, chap. How is our composter coming on then? It's certainly looking not too bad here. And my schematics still seem to be working, which is good. Hopefully this is still correct. That probably is not correct here, but I can very quickly rectify that. Correction. Our builder will quickly rectify that for us. The rest of the things here are looking not too bad though. That's the brown concrete then for Riley and her build, alongside some compost to make the composted dirt. Let's head in and see what we're getting up to here at the moment then. We've certainly had a few mobs spawn here. We will need to do something about lighting soon, I think, because I really do not want little nasties like this coming in and ruining all of our good fun. Mariah is looking for a loom, which I do believe is a sawmill recipe that we can teach. It is not. It's probably a Fletcher item then, which is fantastic because it's for the Fletcher why we need that. Right, there's something else I will need to make up. The beige bricks, however, should be a stonemason recipe that we can teach, which it is by the looks of it, and it's a fairly standard recipe to make them. So, now the stonemason does know how to make them. The only other items on the list at the moment are for some dead bushes, which are simple enough to grab from the desert across the way. And while I'm here, I may as well try grab myself a rabbit to take back, or 2 rabbits to take back. And Ellison has just finished repairing, or more likely constructing, that guard's tower for our crusher's hut, which is grand. So the boundary should be pushed back a bit and we can now construct the crusher. And I hope you're going to appreciate this, crew, but I have brought you your rabbits. Now, just trying to get them in here might be a bit problematic. Or maybe not actually. Stop breeding them whenever I'm trying to bring them in. Oh, great. And excellent, we now have our rabbit hutch up and working here. Fantastic. Still not what I was wanting to get done here today, but it's another thing off of the list, I suppose. I've seen in the open requests that Julia is now starting to request some jungle items, which is grand. I will need to teach some more recipes to our sawmill, but I think that must mean we are making some progress with the mechanics hut. And by the looks of it, someone is constructing the courier's hut here, which is a Caledonia courier's hut. Interesting. Not a clue who's doing that for us, but appreciate it. It is Ellison by the looks of it, and she already has pretty much everything in that she's going to require for it, apart from some spruce fences, which alongside the newly taught jungle materials, Leighton will make that up for them. Good, let's go check out our blacksmith. And I think I was half correct with my theory on which level she was building up onto. So we are starting to get some grass and dirt down on top of this level of sand at the moment. Oh no, we are then building one further up. Okay, so that is what's going on here. This is going to be a hell of a build the time it's done. A jungle-themed mechanics hut built on top of grass and sand. Yup. It's going to be marvellous once it's up. Well, we're making slow but steady progress here with all of our new builds in the industry district. So I think we will pick this up and continue on next time.